Blakely's Trapping Supplies offers a full line of trapping supplies to keep your trap line going. We are proud to offer the first of its kind subscription boxes for trappers. Each box is filled with a variety of trapping supplies, from traps and baits to tools and knives. Visit us at Blakely'sTrappingSupplies.com to see what all the excitement is about.
Alright guys, so it's just going to be a quick little video. I have to change the flat that you guys seen on my wife's car, so we're going to just do a little video. I know there's some people that never been taught how to, put a plug in the tire and fix a flat, so figured I'd do something small like that right now and kind of show everybody the basics on how to fix a flat tire. So here we go. So basically, the tire on her car went flat, and this is a little bit of a slant, so I put a block behind the tire, so when I jack the car up, I ain't got to worry about it, rolling down the hill or moving or anything. I have a 3-ton floor jack here. If all you have is a scissor jack or something, that's fine. If you have a scissor jack, I would recommend putting a flat piece of wood or something underneath it to keep it level, so it doesn't tilt over or fall. But basically, I'm just going to use a jack and a 4-way here. You can, this like, I think they're like 10, 12 bucks from Walmart. So, here we go. And one thing you want to make sure when you're going to put a jack on a car to jack it up, make sure you have it on a solid piece of metal. You don't want to have it on a piece of plastic or something, so it'll just break the plastic. So, here we got that metal bracket there that holds on the step here. So I'm just going to put the jack on that metal bracket and jack it up. So now that we got the jack where we want it, we're going to pick the side of our 4-way that fits onto our lug nuts, and we're going to get the lug nuts off. Now, if it's too tight where you can't hardly turn it by hand, what I'll do, just put my foot on the left side here and push down on it, and that breaks it loose. Then you're going to go through and you're going to do every one of them. Alright, so now I went through there and I broke all of those loose. Now we're going to begin to jack the car up. And remember, we got that block back there, so we don't have to worry about the car rolling or anything. And you want to be sure to watch the jack to make sure the car doesn't start slipping off of it or something. I'm just going to go high enough to get the tire off. And then once we get the tire fixed, we'll jack it up more if need be, because we don't want to have the car sitting any higher than it needs to sit. And since we already got all the lug nuts broke loose, before we jack the car up now, we can just take all these off with our fingers. Just go through and take every one of these off. So now we got the tire off. We're going to take it up to the shop and figure out where the hole's at. Now that we got the tire off, the next step is to fill it full of air. Okay, so normally what we do, once we get the tire in here, we'd air it up. And I just got some soapy water here. I'd spray the tire down. Once we've seen bubbles, we know that's where our hole is. But this one, as I was airing it up, I could feel the air coming from right here. Right there. So basically what I'm going to do is just show you guys kind of what these bubbles do. So like if you spray right here, if you went all the way around the tire, and this is what you've seen, there ain't no air, there ain't no bubbles blowing. But you come right here, see all those bubbles? That tells you that that's where your hole's at. All those bubbles are coming from right there. So that's where our hole is. Okay, so now, basically since we know our hole is right there, now this might not make sense to a lot of people. Now you're going to take your tire, I'm going to say tire reaming tool, and we're going to put it in this hole, and we're going to make this hole bigger. So, I'm going to put just a little bit more of this soapy water on there. Figure out our hole is exactly right there. So I'm going to stick this in there. It's not real easy to do with one hand. Okay, so I got the tool in there now. Basically what this is going to do is not only is it going to enlarge the hole a little bit so we can get a plug in there, it's going to clean it up to where the plug will stick to it better. So basically what you're going to do, I'm going to try to do this one-handed, but you're going to pull this in and out a couple times. Work that hole real good. And I like to go at an angle, so I'll pull down and then I'll push up. Kind of go at different angles to get the hole the way we want it. Okay, so now your plugs are going to come in a package kind of like that. It's an old package, but they're going to come in plastic right here. They're going to be in between these two sheets of plastic. These are real sticky. And you're going to take one out and you're going to put it in your plug tool, which has got an opening on the end. And it's got a slit. Let me see on the camera, but right here, these two prongs, they're slit. So these will open up actually. And to run the plug through there, I just squeeze one end flat. And then I'll run it through this hole, just like a threading needle. And then basically we're going to take this and we're going to stick it in this hole here. So I'm going to try to get the phone propped up to where I can do this. Alright, so I kind of got this turned where hopefully you guys can see it, but we're going to get ready to put our plug in. So this, I stuck it in probably 20 times. You want to get it to where it's pretty easy to go in and out like that. You want to make sure it's big enough that this is going to go in pretty easy. So when I pull this out, the air is going to start coming out and it's going to be loud kind of. And then we're going to run this right in there the best we can. Hopefully you guys will be able to see everything. Trying to do this sideways. You want to push hard enough to get it in there, but not so hard that, not so hard that you're going to push the plug all the way into the tire. You want to stop right about there. Hope you guys can see it. Well, there's about 1.5 inches of each side of the plug sticking up out of the tire. And then basically when you get it there, you're going to pull up on the tool pretty hard and fast, like this. So now the plug is in the tire. Now our hole is plugged. You can see you can't hear no air. And then a couple of things I'm going to do before I'm done with the plug here. So I'm going to spray it again with the soapy water to make sure there ain't no air leaking out from around it. You can tell there ain't no bubbles coming from there. You can't hear it. It ain't spitting. So our hole is plugged up the way it needs to be. Then basically, get my knife here. I'm going to take my knife here and I'm going to cut the pieces of plug off to where it's pretty level with the tire. So there we go. You guys can see the plug right there. Another thing I like to do is just take either one of your tools and I'm going to set this right on the plug. I'm going to take a deadbolt hammer and I'm going to hammer it to try to get it to smash up against the tire. I'm going to take just the corner of it and push down on the plug. Hit it with the hammer. That's going to help flatten that plug down. So there we go. Right there, see it? Our plug is now in the tire. There's no more air coming out. We'll spray it again. There's no bubbles or anything. And another thing I'm going to do, we're not done here yet. Basically, since I have the tire off, I'm going to go ahead and spray all the way around the tire, just to make sure there isn't any other holes that we've missed or anything. These tires are pretty worn, so we're going to be having to get tires before long. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead and spray around the tire now. So now basically I'm just going to spray the tire. Make sure there ain't any more bubbles. Just, since we have the tire off, we might as well check it. Because there's been times that I've done this and found another small hole. turn the tire. Because it's always better to be safe than sorry. I would rather find a hole now while I have it off and plug it than put the tire back on and in 30 minutes it's flat again. So, we've gone all the way around the tire now because the plug's right there. There's no other holes coming. And another thing, a lot of times if you're got a low tire and you take it off and you can't find a hole, your valve stem right here, spray your valve stem, because sometimes you could have air coming out of that and your valve stem could be what's leaking. So sometimes you can just do that and spray around your rim, because sometimes you could be losing air around your rim. This one's all looking good. Turn it around. Spray the inside of the rim on this side. Don't have no leaks. So this tire is good now. Basically, I'm just going to air it back up to about 32 pounds, and then we'll reinstall it onto the car. So we're done here, and I would also recommend, if you don't have one of these, to get one of these. It's a pressure gauge for your tire. Basically, you just put it up to the valve stem, and it tells you how much air is in the tire. So see right there, we're about 35 pounds. We want to be about 32, 33, I believe. So what's nice about these is they have that little nipple, if you want to call it, on the back. Just press it up here. A little bit of air out. There we go. So we should be good now. Now we'll go reinstall the tire on the car. So we're back here to the car, but we already know that we're going to have to jack the car up more to get the tire on, because now it has air. The tire's taller. So we're just going to give it a couple more pumps to jack it up just a little bit more so we can get the tire back on it. So there we go, now we can get the tire back on. Okay, now that we got the tire back on, go ahead and start putting the lug nuts back on there. And we'll just go around and screw all these back on. And another important thing when you are tightening these back on, you go ahead and screw them on by hand as far as you want. When you go to actually start tightening them, you want to be sure to go in like a star pattern. Basically, you would do tighten that one, then tighten that one, tighten that one, tighten that one, tighten that one, and then tighten that one. Basically, what that does is it ensures that your tire goes on level and it isn't cockeyed one way or the other. So that's a pretty good tip, is to make sure you go in a star pattern. Alright, so now we have our tire reinstalled. We're going to slowly start letting our jack down. There we go. Pull the jack out. And our tire is now plugged and put back on. We no longer have a flat. So now that we got the jack pulled, we got the block moved, I'm going to go back around these one more time to make sure they all are all tight the way we want them, and then we'll be done. So I hope this video can help some people. Appreciate you guys watching. Sorry if I'm breathing hard. It's pretty warm out here. It doesn't look like it's pretty warm, but it's muggy and probably 90 degrees. So it's just one of those make you sweat kind of temperatures. But anyway, like I said, I hope this video can help somebody. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Comment down below if it was helpful for you or not. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like any kind of outdoor stuff like trapping or anything like that. Again, I appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.